Gillian and John, hey, congratulations. This movie was terrifying to watch alone in the dark. I do have to admit that.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
So for the both of you, what initially attracted you to do a project like Come Play?
Well, I think I was excited when I heard that they were going to use practical effects and build a puppet for the character of Larry, and the fact that Amblin was making the movie. I thought, it was hearkening back to some classic 80s Amblin films. And then getting to meet Jacob Chase, who wrote and directed the film. And I thought he was just amazing and a real talent. And then obviously I got to work with John and I mean, I can't even remember when I first met you, John, but I think this was like our first time getting to actually work together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's same for me. It was just it kept getting better. I watched the short film that Jacob had made, and it was amazing. Then I read the feature, and that was even better. And then I met Jacob, and then that he was, kind of exceeded my expectations of who this filmmaker was. And then I found out that Azhy Robertson and Gillian were doing it, and the kind of that sealed the deal. That I was like, oh, and I get to work with these great actors. I mean, that's always the last part of it, because then you start to daydream about who you're going to get to share the screen with. And then the practical effects was just such a kicker. That's something that doesn't happen very much these days. So it was kind of a perfect storm of really exciting factors that were impossible to say no to.
Of course, we have to talk about the kid Azzy himself. I mean, he was terrific. He had me convinced that he was autistic on the film. Talk about him on the set and how great he was.
Oh, I had muted myself. Go ahead, John. Sorry.
No, I mean, I honestly think I should kick this one to you, Gillian. You spent so much more time on set with Azhy than I did, and you guys really had an amazing bond, the two of them.
I think Azhy is a terrific actor. John and I have both said, one of the best actors I've ever worked with, and he is such just a special kid, and his parents are great. And also I really experienced how fun it can be having a kid leading a movie. The wardrobe department secretly made him a costume for Halloween, his favorite character that he wanted to dress as, and they surprised him with it on Halloween. And the Grips turned the Grip truck into a haunted house for him. And so I really feel like Azhy brought out the best in all the adults in the cast and crew, and we ended up having like Nerf gun battles at lunch in and out of our trailers. And so I really cherish the experience of getting to work with him.
Wow, it sounds like you guys had a lot of fun, especially on a horror movie. One of the things that you guys mentioned before was the practical effects. Could you talk about acting with Larry the puppet, and also in the dark most of the time for a film like this?
Yeah, when you're shooting in the middle of the woods at night with that puppet, it's scary. As much as my brain knows none of this is real, and it's, a film set and there's 4 puppeteers operating Larry, I think they did an incredible job of not only the way they built the puppet, but how they brought it to life, the real artistry of the puppeteers. I even was scratched by Larry's press-on nail. So it felt very real to me. That I just think they did a remarkable job. And, John and I both said, I don't think we had any idea before we started shooting the size and the scale of the puppet that they were going to build. So it was really impressive.
Anything, John?
Yeah, same. I mean, it's just it's so rare in a genre movie like this that you'll have something physical to interact with. Usually there's a lot of stuff that gets filled in post, and a lot of CGI and animation. The fact that they went to the trouble to kind of go back in time and do it the old-fashioned way was such a selling point for me. And yeah, it was thrilling. I mean, it really, because it's a towering thing that they built, and getting me and the puppet kind of crammed into this toll booth for several of the scenes was a tight squeeze. And I had no problem kind of feigning the horror when I had to turn around and, come face to face with this massive, terrifying, dead-eyed puppet. It was so much fun. I got spoiled. I think if I ever do another film like this and have to go back to the kind of CGI way of doing it, it'll be such a bummer after this experience.
Well, hey, thank you very much for speaking with me. Now I'm afraid of anybody named Larry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.